Hi, everyone. Today I'm getting a very special and unique energy. If this is for you, I feel that you will know almost right away when I share some of the details that were coming up about this person who is wanting to come through in today's reading. So I actually journaled in advance on this person's energy, on how I sense them interacting with you energetically. And I use that word energetically because in the physical, I do get that there is something a bit more confusing about this person's interaction with you, or maybe more accurately, their lack of interaction in the physical. Because the sense that I get here is that energetically there is a lot going on between the two of you, but physically things appear to be almost the opposite. And the thing about this is, for the person I'm channeling into here, you are very psychically attuned. So you are very hyper aware of what is happening energetically between you and other people. So even when something looks a certain way in the physical, you're able to tell when there is something else, sometimes even something contradictory going on beneath the surface. I get that very often this happens when someone seems to be nice to you or like friendly or open on the surface, but you can sense something off about it that almost makes you feel awkward or uncomfortable. That's not just awkwardness, it's because you are so able to sense the energy that when what's happening energetically is in dissonance to what a person is showing physically, it creates this underlying discomfort for you that makes it difficult for you to interact in a way that others would consider to be normal. This is why at times you might consider yourself to feel awkward when you're talking to certain people. It's not because you're awkward, it's because you're sensing a dissonance between what they're saying, what they're presenting, and what's happening beneath the surface. Now, of course, this dissonance isn't always necessarily malicious. It's not always negative or intentional. It could be, for example, that someone is really going through something difficult and they're not ready to share that or open up about that physically, but you can still sense it beneath their words. So there are many different ways in which someone can carry this energetic dissonance. But in this specific case, I'm picking up that the person who is carrying this energetic dissonance is someone who is extremely focused on you energetically, emotionally, mentally, but very much distanced in the physical, or avoiding you or keeping their distance. And so we're going to dive into what exactly is going on here because, and I'm already getting so many goosebumps, which always is an indication to me that I'm picking up on a really powerful energy for someone. I also have my coffee here, just plain black coffee today. So hopefully you have some kind of warm, comforting beverage or snack or something of that sort while you listen to this reading. If so, I would love to hear what you're eating or drinking in the comments section. But I want to share with you what I wrote down in my journal. Although I feel for many of you, you already know if this is for you, but just to give you that extra confirmation. So specifically, I was getting the words elephant in the room, like there is an elephant in the room between you and this person, something not being addressed. You can both sense it energetically, but it isn't being discussed physically. And in all caps, I wrote the word devotion because this word kept coming up like a soul devotion on your end, almost like you're feeling some tie to this person or some level of devotion or like focus on them that is unusual to you, that may make you feel kind of like you're going a little bit crazy. Like, why am I feeling almost like a soul devotion here? Like there's something that I want to share with this person or exchange with them, or some kind of connection that I want to have with them. I feel like there's something about this that has piqued your interest because it's very different from how you usually feel around a person. But there's also that element of wondering if you're kind of going crazy or not really being able to quite sort through what's happening here because of this person's inaction or their lack of acknowledging this in the physical. I also wrote down needing to tidy, clear, or sage your space because this energy feels so strong around you. So this may even be a kind of energy that you sort of carry around with you. And what I wrote as well is it doesn't feel negative at all, but disruptive or kind of distracting. So this is like a soul tie or a soul bond that you have with this person that is so strong that it seems to unground you at times or even like distract you, or maybe it gets you to like go out of your way, which brings me up to another point, which is you go out of your way for this person in some sense, or you went out of your way for them in the past. So what I was getting from this is there's something about this connection that makes you want to like break with your norm in some sense, whether it's the normal way you interact with others, maybe it's your typical schedule, like you do things differently during the day for some reason, like because of this person, or maybe because you're hoping to see them or interact with them. I just feel like you go out of your way for them in some sense, whether that's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or in some kind of literal sense. But again, I wrote down, they aren't acknowledging something. The word insecurity came up really strong on their energy as well. So what I'm getting is this is someone who seems to present a very strong, very attractive exterior. This may even be a person who is conventionally attractive, but what I get about this person is they're actually deeply insecure. So this is someone you may not suspect to be harboring this kind of insecurity, and yet they are. And it's actually seemingly their insecurity that's playing a huge role in why they've been avoiding you or avoiding this connection physically while being so focused upon it at the same time mentally. What I keep getting is like the two of you are feeling the pull equally strong, but it's almost like you're both wondering whether the other person is feeling it. I also feel a lot of emotionality around this. That's the best way I can put it. And one thing that I was channeling through as well is you may be feeling confused because your emotional reactions to this person or to this situation do not feel like they correlate to what's actually happening in the physical, if that makes sense. So for example, when certain things happen or don't happen with this person, you may get extremely sad or start feeling low vibrational or even feeling like a grief that comes up within you or like a frustration. And again, this would be very atypical for you, very unusual for you, because I'm getting you're the kind of person who typically is very grounded, very peaceful, very focused on yourself. You tend to carry a high vibrational energy. But it's almost like something about this situation like pulls on your heartstrings. It has a connection to your emotions. And I keep getting past life. Like those words keep resounding in my mind while I'm channeling into this. So what my guides are telling me here is that these really strong emotions you're feeling may actually be connected not to this lifetime, but to past life experiences that you've had with this person. Specifically, if you've been feeling a sadness or grief, I feel like you lost this person in some sense in a past life, and that's resurfacing emotionally around them, especially in moments where you feel like you're losing them again. Even if they're, for example, like a stranger that you keep seeing around and feel this connection to and this pull to, it's like maybe when they walk away or when they don't look at you or the two of you don't connect or you don't speak, you may feel like this, I don't know, this sadness. I'm hearing it's like a soul-shaking sadness that again doesn't quite make sense, and it's something that almost seems to linger with you. So of course I do see one message here being, yes, we're going to talk about what's going on here, but it's also so important for you to care for yourself and to find whatever ways you can to center yourself, to stay grounded through this. Know that I'm hearing you're not alone in this. And what I specifically mean is they are actually feeling this too, and it's scaring them on some level. I'm getting this person has never felt a soul or a past life connection quite like this to another person. And for many of you, I'm getting that you may be strangers, or this may be someone you met recently, or that you don't know very well in the physical world. And that seems to be confusing them all the more if that is the case. Now, for some of you, this very well could be someone from your past or someone that you've already been made aware of. But the sense I'm getting is like 95% or more of your interaction with this person is actually happening energetically in the astral realm, maybe even through dreams. I'm getting you may be dreaming of each other consciously or unconsciously as well. I'm hearing this person falls asleep thinking about you. So I'm also hearing the universe is crossing your paths, like aligning your pathways, making your paths cross over and over until there's some meeting point or some point of harmony here. So whether this is like in a cosmic sense where this is someone you connected with years ago or met and it didn't really work out, or you lost touch, or they disconnected, and then the universe is like bringing you back together again, making your paths cross again, or whether this means like you haven't met yet, but you keep seeing this person out. It's almost like your schedules or your pathways are being energetically aligned by the universe to get the two of you to meet. Whatever case this is applying, I really feel like there's something to how things are being orchestrated to put you in the physical vicinity of each other again and again to create something, to create some kind of opening point between you, some kind of meeting, or like, I'm hearing it just called a point of harmony. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it feels like you keep almost like connecting or meeting, or things keep almost working out, but then it falls apart. And it's almost like something has to be orchestrated just right for there to be that harmony, for the two of you to progress in some kind of way together in the physical, rather than just mostly interacting in the astral as you've been doing. So I am going to channel more from this person, because I get that if this reading is for you, you've been deeply curious about what's going on here, why they aren't acknowledging this. I'm hearing, are they even thinking of me? I feel like something about this energy is making you feel rejected, but my guides are saying it's a perceived rejection. It's very confusing, because it's almost like you're perceiving that this person or energy is avoiding you or rejecting you, when they're really afraid that they're going to be rejected by you, if that makes sense. And they're struggling with these deep-seated insecurities. So they're creating or keeping this distance from you, either like literally or communication-wise, when in actuality, like all of their focus is exclusively on you. And that's exactly why you've been feeling the pull to them so strongly. I'm getting part of why you've been feeling pulled to them, again, maybe even going out of your way for them in some sense, feeling a draw to them you don't usually feel, is because yes, there is that past life soul connection, which we can talk more about, but also because this person, I'm hearing the words pure focus. They have a pure focus on you, and pure positive focus is extremely magnetic, meaning when someone is thinking about you very exclusively and in a positive way, an admiring way, even softly, it's something that you over time will pick up on, and it will cause you to want to move closer to that person. In essence, it's almost like them accidentally manifesting you. That's almost what's happening here. Although I don't necessarily feel like this is someone who would be familiar with or really super involved in the concept of manifestation literally. But I feel like they are manifesting you in essence, because they're sending you a lot of purely focused thought, even though they're avoiding you at the same time in some sense in the physical. So yeah, let's just get into what this person is thinking or feeling. I am actually going to pull from some of the decks that I don't typically pull from. And there's a couple here. Okay. Yeah, let's go deep into this energy because I know that's what many of you who are really connecting with this are desiring. So can I get any information? Okay, the first thing I heard, it's funny how sometimes I'll get downloaded messages from this person and this energy even prior to pulling a physical card. Just kind of like opening that conversation energetically seems to like instantly bring through answers from them. That also tells me that this energy is immediately present and active with you, that it's like very strongly in your field, although you probably don't need me to tell you that because I'm sure that you've been feeling it. By the way, while I'm shuffling, I want to share with you that I've been journaling quite a bit today, and I don't know why all of these messages wanted to come through this morning. I haven't really journaled like that in a while. And usually this happens when I'm meant to record more mini readings, which for those of you who are new, mini readings are just readings done outside of my typical posting schedule on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are my typical postings. Anything outside of there I consider to be a mini reading, although sometimes they really aren't that many. They can be longer videos as well. But anyway, do subscribe if you are resonating with this content, if you would like to stay tuned, because I sense that a lot more videos are going to be coming out that are going to be covering different aspects of your life. So if you aren't yet subscribed, I would love to have you part of this community here on YouTube. Whoa, there are some cards in here that are meant to be in another deck. So you are too nice. I don't deserve your kindness. I can't let go of you. Okay. So this is someone who perceives you as a person with a really kind heart. I'm hearing you have kind eyes or a kind smile. And when they think of themselves, the word damaged is coming up. They perceive themselves as damaged. I strongly feel as though this is someone who has a dark past or has been hurt in the past. I feel for some of them, this may even be a childhood situation where there was, I keep getting like specifically for some of them, this may be a father wound. This doesn't have to be the case, but where they were always trying to live up to the expectations of a father. Again, that doesn't have to be literal, but with the card, I can't let go of you. It's almost like this person noticed your kindness. They notice your heart. They're actually very perceptive to energy, which I'm hearing may surprise you because this person does tend to present this kind of like cold, non-spiritual, logical exterior, but they're actually very energetically sensitive and they sense your heart. They sense your energy. Yes, they find you physically attractive, but they're most drawn to your heart and your energy here. And they feel this constant pulse of your energy. I'm hearing you left an energetic imprint on them even before you noticed them. Interesting. So if you were like, if this is a stranger and you were in the same space as them or kind of around them, then this is someone who noticed you before you noticed them. If this is someone that you didn't meet in that way, then there's something about them picking up on your energy or your soul's frequency or having this awareness of you, even if that's like energetically in the quantum realm. They had an awareness of you before you were aware of them, which is very interesting because I feel it's usually the opposite for you. I feel like usually you are the one who picks up on these types of soul bonds and these sorts of energies first, and then the other person is kind of lagging behind. But this energy is moving so slowly. Now, again, you don't need me to tell you that because I know that you know that, but just a confirmation, like you're not going crazy if you feel like, why is this person moving so slow? Are they moving as slow as I think they are? Yes, they really are. But it's intentional because the second card that flew out here, which tells me there's a strong, strong energy attached to this card, is we need to take it slow. So this is someone who wants to take things slow. We also have the card, I hope you can forgive me, but I see this specifically tied to that slowness. So it's almost like this person is aware on some level that you would like to move this along whatever that is, whether it's like meeting, connecting, speaking more, meeting up, talking more. It's like they are aware that you want this to move faster on some level. And again, they're very energetically attuned, which is part of why they are aware of that. But they also know that they need to take it slow for some reason. I keep getting the sense that this person is healing from something. And as we said at the beginning, there may be a lot of insecurities here within them that they tend to hide really well, but that you've probably picked up on about them on some level. I got the name Chloe for some reason. That might be someone's name here. I may be running, but my soul wants you only. Yeah, this person, what did I say? This is such a sign of confirmation. They are exclusively focused on you. They are giving you this pure focus energetically. I'm hearing they don't think about anyone else but you in a romantic light. Even if the two of you haven't spoken or don't speak very often, even if they're keeping a distance, I need some space right now. Don't push me, please. Yeah, so this is someone who doesn't want to be rushed. Not only do they not want to be rushed, but quite literally, I feel they can't be rushed because there does seem to be some process of healing taking place within them that has to happen before they can move forward. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, I want to be with you, but I'm scared. Yeah, this is someone who has a lot of fear here. They have a lot of insecurity here. And that is why they're moving this so slowly. I am aware that there's more to it. Yeah. This person is feeling the energy super strongly, even if they are doing a good job of, I'm hearing like playing it subtle. I feel like this person is being so subtle that they're almost being cold. This would actually be the kind of person to like, I'm hearing, if you're seeing this person out and about, when you're looking especially good or they're especially attracted to you, this would be the kind of person to avoid you even more because they're feeling more attracted and drawn to you. And it's almost like they don't want to make that obvious. They don't want to amplify also those feelings that they're already grappling with because they know that they're trying to take this slowly. I keep hearing something about 1 to 2 months. So for some of you, this could be the kind of time frame that this person will need to either approach you or to progress things or to move forward here. Can I get any other information from this specific person? You're worth more to me than I let on. You know, for some reason, I'm seeing this person literally like tearing up a little bit. And you may have felt this too. I feel like there is a very strong emotional charge to this connection between the two of you. I know I said that earlier, but I'm just getting this sense that like, you make each other emotional in some way that doesn't quite make sense to either of you physically, because there's something about the level of emotion that you're feeling towards each other that really feels like it doesn't match the kind of bond that you have in the physical world, if that makes sense, at least in this lifetime. Again, I feel like that's strongly attached to past lives. We have, I can't express myself. Yeah, this person's extremely tongue-tied around you. They're afraid of saying the wrong thing or being rejected. We have, what do you see in me? So once again, that speaks to this person's insecurities here that they're dealing with. I don't know where to start, but I'm hearing looking for an opening. So I feel like this person is looking for some kind of doorway into deeper connection with you or some kind of opening, but I'm hearing they have to go through themselves, meaning there's something that has to be healed within themselves first before they can walk through that opening with you. And I was getting a very strong message as well. I heard like it's important to allow this person to be the one to approach you as you simply stay open. Because what I'm getting is that whether that approaching is literal, like them actually physically approaching you and introducing themselves if you haven't met yet, or whether that is them approaching this connection or approaching this romantically or moving things forward, making some kind of move. I feel like in this case, it's really important for you to let this person be the one to approach you. And I'm hearing if you rush them, they may shut down. And in fact, some of you may have already experienced that dynamic with this person where you tried to kind of push or rush things ahead, and they may have actually shut down or pulled back even further. What I'm getting is that, again, it's not a lack of attraction. It's this person realizing that there's something that they're healing within themselves in order to find that doorway into deeper connection with you. And they have to be the one to walk through that door. Yeah, we have the Six of Swords confirming that this person really does seem to be healing from something. But on your end, I am getting messages of continuing to stay open and also doing your best not to get too emotionally reactive to perceived rejections from this person. To remind yourself, these aren't true rejections. This is like a perceived rejection that feels amplified in your system because of the intense soul bond that you share with this person and possibly the past life connection here as well. So it's natural that you feel strong emotions coming up, but it may be really helpful to do those things we talked about earlier, saging or tidying your space, refocusing on yourself to the best of your ability, trying to just stay open in your heart and stay focused on yourself and let this unfold naturally, because I feel this person really needs to move forward in their own timing here. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards here. And I would like to know how this situation is most likely going to move forward. Let's pull from both the traditional tarot and also the energy oracle cards. So how is this situation with this person likely to progress? Okay, so right now this person is blocked by limiting beliefs or internal constraints that are keeping them from moving or acting on the attraction and pull that they are currently feeling. They're deeply conflicted with the storm warning card here as well. What else can I channel here? Whoa, okay, but then we have door to romance. Yeah, but I feel that on the other side of that, they're going to be opening the door to something romantic here, or there's going to be some opening between the two of you. Now, I am seeing with walking away that it may require a level of surrender internally within you. So it feels like in order for that romantic doorway to open on your end, it's really important to stay surrendered. For some of you, this may even mean just kind of letting go of this as much as you can mentally and emotionally for a time, and letting this person's heart open gradually in its own time, while again, you refocus on yourself, affirming to yourself that what is meant for you will not pass you by, that this is unfolding in perfect timing, and that you can trust that timing. Yeah, I really feel like this person is going to step up with man holding a coin in the upright position. And this is sitting on the third eye chakra, which is the seat of intuition. So I really feel as though they're going to be opening their heart and following their intuition to take a step towards you. But again, as we said earlier, it's important in this case to allow this person to be the one to approach you rather than rushing them, because they do seem to be healing from something that's been creating storms for them, or feelings of constraint and inner conflict. I do see with the Queen of Cups, they really perceive you as this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful energy, someone who's very nurturing, kind, giving to others. With the Six of Pentacles, though, I see that part of why their soul wants to be the one to approach you or to move this forward is they want a connection with you that is deeply balanced, where they're giving to you in the same way that you are so giving to others. And again, they just sense that compassionate spirit about you. They sense that giving spirit. If you have mutual friends or mutual community, I'm hearing your reputation precedes you. So in some cases, this person may actually literally have heard positive things about you, or they may know certain things about the type of wonderful, caring, generous, kind-hearted person that you are. But in any case, they either know that literally, or they've just been sensing that, because as we said at the beginning, they do seem to be very energetically attuned. But dealing with low self-confidence with the Strength card reversed and the Three of Swords, yeah, I feel like this person may have gone through some kind of recent heartbreak or something like a breakup or something like that as well. That won't be for everyone. I'm getting Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy here very strongly. Also Taurus and Aquarius as well. Yeah, with the King of Cups, I feel like this person feels unnaturally emotionally open towards you. This is really strange for them, especially if this is a stranger or someone you don't know very well yet. They're really surprised that you seem to trigger a kind of softness or emotionality in them. And again, that's part of why they've been avoiding this right now, because since they've gone through some kind of recent heartbreak or a recent painful situation emotionally, they've been in more of like a self-protective mode, if that makes sense. But I do see them healing and overcoming some of those self-doubts and moving towards you. With the Page of Swords, this seems to be some kind of communication. So the way in which this person progresses will most likely be finding some kind of in to either talk to you, communicate with you, reach out to you. And I feel like it's going to be more like light and fun on the surface. But beneath the surface, this is them really looking for an opening into your heart, into some kind of deeper connection here. So I am going to close this first reading here, but I feel there's a bit more to channel from this person and this situation. So if you are interested in hearing more, I'll be continuing this in the extended reading, which is on both Patreon and YouTube memberships here as well. So you can listen from either place, and I'll leave links to both in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. But otherwise, I hope you received something helpful and uplifting from the reading today. I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have a beautiful remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.